Islam versus JDM, I was very impressed with Islam's feinting. There was one point, because I always say I overfeint, but that's good because they never know when it's coming. But Islam did that in his last fight with JDM. There was points he just was feinting like 12 times before he even threw a jab. This is later in the fight as well, so I was really impressed with that.
And I don't know that we can say it ahead of the fight, but is there ways that this fight could play out that would then lead us to believe that Islam's the GOAT? Maybe. If Islam was to go out there and dominate, think of what he did with Money Moicano. It pains me, but I've even got to say Dan Hooker, he caught him in a position, he caught him early, but all the same, if he was to go out and just tie up Ian Garry and make Ian Garry surrender quickly, yeah, boy, that'd mean something. That would mean something. Be the champion of two different weight classes.
Islam Makhachev is going to send Ian Garry back to the kitchen washing dishes. This is what's going to happen. This is what he liked to do. We're going to send him do house tours. He talked a lot, and he talked about me. I'm the manager, dude. Like, nobody cares about me, but when you talk about me, I'm going to talk back about you. I don't think he's on Islam level. I think he's a great runner. I think he just avoid not to be finished. And I truly believe Islam Makhachev is going to finish him. He cannot tie Islam shoes. He cannot even shine his shoes. He's the guy have 11 fights in the UFC, 9 finishes. 9 decisions. Islam is 10 last 11 fight, 9 finishes or 8 finishes. Islam finishes people. Islam bounce people head off the wall. Islam submit people. He's gonna do what Islam want him to do in the fight. Islam is gonna hunt him like a deer who's a hunter with a 50 caliber machine gun, and after that he's gonna put a bullet in his head, and he's gonna.
Islam Makhachev's manager Ali Abdelaziz has delivered a brutal warning to Ian Garry ahead of UFC 330, insisting the champion will make him pay. According to Chael Sonnen, a dominant performance by Makhachev could cement his status as the greatest of all time. Meanwhile, Israel Adesanya has revealed that Makhachev possesses a dangerous secret weapon. Ali Abdelaziz stressed that Team Makhachev is not underestimating Ian Garry despite all the hype surrounding him. Abdelaziz described Garry as more of a competitor than a finisher, warning that once Makhachev closes the distance, Garry will be dragged into a fight.
Richard, hold, but the number one focus, this is skinny twig, this Ian Garry. This is our main focus, This guy talk a lot, and we have to focus on him, because every opponent we fight, or Islam fight, or anyone fight, we have them take him seriously, even if they're not a serious guy. I don't think he's a serious man, but he's a competitor. I don't think he's a fighter. He's a competitor. It's a complete different. He's a guy like point karate, like to touch and move, touch and move, touch and move. You're almost training for him. You really have to be a track star to catch him. I'm not. I'm not saying he's a bad fighter. I think he's a good fighter. He's an average fighter, and he's just hard to figure out because.
However, Ali Abdelaziz has fired off another stern warning to Ian Garry. Abdelaziz declared, "The trash talk ends when the octagon door closes." He insisted that Garry isn't anywhere near Islam Makhachev's level, predicting the champion will overwhelm him, break him down, and expose the enormous gap between them. According to Ali, Fight Night will finally prove exactly why Islam remains the UFC's most
Islam shoes. He cannot even shine his shoes. He's the guy have 11 fights in the UFC, 9 finishes. 9 decisions. Islam is 10 last 11 fight, 9 finishes or 8 finishes. Islam finishes people. Islam bounce people head off the wall. Islam submit people. He's gonna do what Islam want him to do in the fight. Islam is gonna hunt him like a deer who's a hunter with a 50 caliber machine gun, and after that he's gonna put a bullet in his head, and he's gonna.
Ali Abdelaziz warned that while Team Islam respects Ian Garry, that respect won't change what happens once the octagon door closes. He confidently predicted that Islam Makhachev's elite skills, relentless pressure, and championship experience will expose the massive gap between them when Fight Night finally arrives.
He's doing it himself, but he's there. He's a number, and Islam on August 15 will take the number, and after that he go back to the kitchen. This is what's gonna happen. you know.
Yeah.
But, we respect him very much. We think he's talented. We're training really, really hard for him. Like, he is the greatest fighter on the planet. And like I said, this game is unforgiving. Anything can happen.
Mhm.
Somebody can throw a hit kick, catch you, knock you out. A punch, knock you out. Can catch you and broke your arm. Something will happen. But if you match skill to skill, brother, it's not even on Islam's level. Honestly,
Shifting to Islam's training, Ali Abdelaziz revealed that Islam Makhachev is reaching another level inside training camp, saying the champion continues sharpening every weapon in his arsenal. He praised Islam's relentless work ethic and claimed each camp transforms him into an even more dangerous and complete fighter. According to Ali, the version of Islam entering UFC 330 is stronger, smarter, and more.
every camp he's just getting better, added more tools. He's in great shape. Doesn't even breathe hard. Inspiring, it's like, and he's getting put a lot of great fighter, But he's the best I've seen him, honestly.
Wow. Yeah. That's what was the best before this, if you can recall?
The last fight,
Yeah.
he's just getting better, man, and better and better. He's just adding a lot of tools into his game, from striking, from different submissions, from just wrestling, just mixing it up differently. He's just a puzzle. Is even the guys in the training session is really hard.
Chael Sonnen suggests that if Islam Makhachev were to completely outclass Ian Garry, it would rank among the most impressive feats in sports history. Sonnen emphasizes that Garry has already proven his elite status against top competition, firmly establishing himself at the highest level. He praised Garry's youth and immense potential, stating that a dominant performance against such a talented fighter would elevate Islam Makhachev's legacy to an unprecedented level. Chael Sonnen concludes that a decisive victory in this scenario would be far more than just another title defense. It would send a powerful
For GOAT over Ian Garry. Now, is it possible with a certain performance, the dominance that Islam showed over Jack? First off, Jack is awesome. But secondly, the story going into that fight, no matter how false the narrative that will never go away is this guy too small? Can Islam deal with bigger guys? Now, I love to be the one that tells you, if you weigh 155 pounds and another guy weighs 170 pounds, you weigh the same thing. That's the same thing. But the narrative never goes away. And the fact that Islam could throw him down and beat him up. You guys ever heard that expression? I'm sure you've seen this 100 times on the school bus or the playground or something where some smaller guy says something to the bigger guy. And then somebody's like, oh, come on. Of course, the bigger guy, you just take him down and sit on him. My own mother used to use, I just take him down and sit on him. It used to infuriate me. It used to make me so mad. Yeah, just try it. Just try, fat ass. I remember thinking this, not towards my beautiful mother, but like in general. But it is a belief in the fact that Islam was able to throw Jack down and hold him down. Kind of.
Chael Sonnen says Islam Makhachev has already silenced every doubter who questioned whether he was too small to compete against bigger welterweights. By overpowering and controlling a naturally larger opponent on the ground, Islam proved that his elite wrestling can neutralize both size and strength. According to Chael Sonnen, that dominant performance erased one of the biggest criticisms surrounding the champion and showed exactly why he's one of the most dangerous fighters in the UFC today.
Have the capabilities to get rid of Ian fast. I don't know that Ian has the capabilities to get rid of Islam fast. I do not believe, contrary to popular belief, contrary to my partners over at DraftKings who believe if Ian Garry is going to win, he's more likely to win by knockout than anything else, I don't agree. I believe he needs to win 3 rounds. I believe he can spot Islam too. And I believe we got to go to the cards. I think that is Garry's most likely way to win. But let's...
However, Chael Sonnen believes Islam Makhachev has all the tools needed to finish Ian Garry early. But he doesn't expect Garry to knock out the champion despite what many fans predict. Instead, Chael Sonnen says Ian's only realistic path to victory is surviving 5 rounds, winning on points, and taking a decision. In Sonnen's eyes, Islam is the far more dangerous finisher, while Garry must rely on discipline and strategy.
Islam versus JDM, I was very impressed with Islam's feinting. There was one point, Because I always say sometimes I overthink, but that's good because they never know when it's coming. But Islam did that in his last fight with JDM. There was points he just was feinting like 12 times before he even threw a jab. This is later in the fight as well. So
Talking about Islam's previous fight, Israel Adesanya was stunned by Islam Makhachev's next-level fight IQ, praising the champion's relentless feints that left Jack Della Maddalena constantly guessing. Even deep into the fight, Islam reportedly feinted over a dozen times before firing a single jab, showing incredible patience and precision.
Oh, I actually do. I actually do think he has a very good chance at beating Islam. I remember watching. So what Islam does really, obviously, does a bunch of things incredibly well. Like I slander him at any chance I get, but truly appreciate every ounce of technique he does. And one of his most beautiful takedowns is a single leg, where a guy digs an underhook and he turns it into a clubbing takedown. And now Shovkat tried that exact move on Ian Garry, and Ian Garry countered it and ended up on Shovkat's back. So I think an open space takedown, Islam's go-to.
From a different perspective, Craig Jones has just delivered a shocking warning to Islam Makhachev ahead of UFC 330, reminding everyone that Ian Garry already countered the exact move Shavkat Rakhmonov attempted and even took his back during a stunning exchange. According to Jones, that moment proves Garry possesses the grappling IQ to challenge the... In the end, Islam Makhachev versus Ian Garry is heating up, with Team Islam sending a brutal warning ahead of UFC 330. Ali Abdelaziz believes the champion's pressure, experience, and complete skill set will expose Garry's weaknesses. Chael Sonnen says a dominant win over such a talented challenger could push Islam's legacy toward GOAT status. Israel Adesanya praises Islam's elite fight IQ, especially his deadly feints and striking intelligence. But Craig Jones believes